So we're gonna keep going. We'll get started right away. So this is a full version of the video that we'll be covering. So this is a full lesson of the review. So question 9. So the graph represents the price and the number of books sold in a bookstores. So you gotta identify the cluster in the graph. Which statement below describes the cluster? So cluster is basically the points that are like together, like surrounded together. And over here this is basically cluster. These are the outliers, but all of these are the clusters. So you just gotta identify the cluster in the graph. So we're gonna go through the options. So this is the graph here. So this is a cluster. So we have to find out the options. So we know the answer is C, but let's go over the options. So for A, it says there's a cluster between the prices of 13 and 25. Well, obviously that's not true because 13 would be here and 35 would be, I meant 25, sorry, 13 and 25. And but it's still till 25, but it's not starting from 13. This is gonna be, because these will be increasing by, so 10, 15, 20, and 25 by 5. Every time we will constantly add up 5. So we know A is not the option, so A is crossed off. So B, there's a cluster between the prices of 10 and 20, and between 15 and 25 books sold. So while 10 is basically here, so it's not, 20 is in the middle part, but 15 to 25 would be the answer. But it's asking, it's saying for both of them, but not for 10 and 20. So we know that cannot be the option. And C would be there's a cluster between prices of 15 and 25, and between the 10 and 20 books sold. That's right. There's a cluster between the prices 15 is okay right here, 25 right here, and between 10 to 20 books sold. So that's right, sold 10 to 20 books. And D is obviously wrong. There is a cluster. So let's move on. So the answer is C. There's a cluster between the prices of 15 and 25, and between 10 and 20 books sold. Alright, question 10. So describe the outlier. When also the outlier is, point that is far away from the cluster or the line of best fit or any kind of scatter plot. So here the scene represents as the outlier. So when an outlier is below the line, it represents less than predicted information. In this case, the population is less than what will be predicted according to data. Data is trending upward, however the point is moved down. So this is basically going positive direction, but the outlier is right here. So it kind of like, so basically when its outlier is below the line of best fit, so it presents less. So it's basically less of the predicted information. In this case, the population is less than what will be predicted according to data, but it's still going up, but the outlier is below, so it represents less information. Okay, so here line of best fit. Overall, here you're reviewing the information in your notes packet on the line of best fit trend line. So know how to place a line of best fit on a graph. For example, this is basically a line of best fit, but it's obviously linear for this graph. But although this question is asking for outlier, but this is different. So how can you tell if a line of best fit is drawn correctly? So the line is in the same direction as a point. So it must be going towards the direction, it must go towards the same direction there are roughly an equal number of points above and below the line. So there are equal number of points above and below the line. They should be like close together. That would be strong association. If it's far, it would be weak. Most of the points are close to the line. That's how it would represent the line of best fit. So to draw a line of best fit, you just gotta find a way for it to fit through the scatter plots. And make sure these things are included there. Let's try out some problems. So, question 11. Which represents the line of best fit? So you know the answer would be, so let's look at the graph real quick. So obviously, U is actually, so the brown one is U. It says, the answer here says line U, but on the graph it also says, the reason why it's U, because it can fit well enough towards these scatter plots, but it's not line Q because it's going this direction. Mostly it's going this direction from top to bottom. This is going a little constant, but it's not M because it's going the opposite direction from 0 to M. So it's going opposite, it's going positive direction. So it's basically, the answer it says here is line U. So it's in the same direction as the points. Most of the points, so these points are close to the line. They are roughly an equal number of points above and below the line. They're equal number of points, and it can be above or below the line. So they're equal number. So line U is the line of best fit that represents it. Okay, so question 12. Does a graph have a line of best fit that best represents the data? So in the graph, these points are a little bit, but it's not really fitting that well because it can just be drawn from this side and really, so let's see. So the answer says no because so this graph does not represent the line of best fit. So while the line is close to the points, there are 3 points above the line, but no points below the line. So there are 3 points above the line. But the line is drawn here below, but there are 3 points above the line. But no points are drawn below the line. And the last point is an outlier and does not trend the same direction as the other point. So it doesn't go to the same direction. It's kind of curving a little. This is the outlier, and usually if the line were drawn here, it would have been a linear association. It would have been what do you call it? If it going the line of best fit. So basically, this is not a line of best fit. It's kind of making a little. It's the line is 3 points above the line. They don't go to the same direction throughout the 3 points. Question 13. So does the graph have a line of best fit that best represents the data? So well, here it starts from here and starts to make a line of best fit. And you could tell that yes, it does, because there's some lines here. It kind of can include that steeper kind of line of best fit throughout these plot. So here it says yes. The answer is yes. The line is in the same direction as the points. It's in the same direction. Most of the points are close to the line. And what would you call if the points are close to the line? It would be a stronger association, strong linear association. But this is mostly talking about the line of best fit. So there are 3 points above the line, and there are 4 below the line. So it has room to make a line of best fit between these points on the top and bottom. Question 14. Does the graph have a line of best fit that best represents the data? Explain. It also does, because the line is in the same direction as the points. Most of the points are close to the line. There are 2 points above the line, and there are 3 below the line. So it has room to make another line of best fit. It's not making any curve. So what you're usually doing is just making a line of best fit. It can fit. It's a straight line. Alright, here's question 15. Which graph has a line of best fit that best represents the data? So which one will be the best line of best fit? So A is not the one because it's going the opposite direction. B is going the other, it's going outer direction from the points. It has to be around the points. And C looks like it might be, of course it says C here, but try to look at the graphs. And D will not be because it's going, this scatterplots are going negative direction, but here it's going constant. So it's supposed to be C. And the reason why it's C because the line is in the same direction as the points. Most of the points are close to the line. There are 3 points above the line, and there are also 3 below the line. So it has room to make a line of best fit. So that's officially the answer to the line of best fit. Question 16. Which graph has a line of best fit that best represents the data? So this is asking for the same question. So you could tell that obviously it's not A. It might be B because it's crossing through, and of course it says B over there. And it's not C. It's going low, under, below, and D is going this direction. It's going like outer direction. So that's not right. So it's supposed to be B because the line is in the same direction as the points. Most of the points are close to the line. There are 5 points above the line and 6 below the line. So it has room to make the line of best fit. So here, write equation from the line of best fit. Review these notes. Just pay attention. We're going to move on from this, just an instruction. Alright, so here's some word problems. So, hiker's elevation above sea level during a hike from the base. So it's described below. I'm not going to read the entire question. I'm just going to try to go over it. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to have to find for the x. So x represents the number of minutes and y represents the hiker's elevation in the feet. So you got to estimate the hiker's elevation. So it says 165 minutes. So what you're going to do is you're going to multiply 8.79 times 165 minutes, and then you will get, and then that's what you will get, plus 689. And here it says the answer says 139. And yeah, so that's right. So same thing for question 18. So here you gotta find for the x. So x represents the number of minutes. So you gotta find the number of minutes. So it's 145. And if you use a calculator, you would multiply 7.08 times 145 plus 623, and the answer here is 1,650. So you get the idea. Just look for the number of minutes you gotta find. Alright, next one will be two-way tables. In your notes packet, review joint related frequency ratio of occurrences divided by grand total. So here it says the ratio should be written as a fraction 4 by 20. A fraction means division. 4 divided by 20. 4 divided by 20 equals 0.2 or 20%. But remember that your calculator will drop to 0. 0.02 or 2% is not the same as 0.2 or 20%. They're not the same, they're different. And this is practice, and this is skip pages. We are officially done reviewing. And if you want to go over it, you can watch the video again as many times as you want. Hopefully this helped you, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.